Hi everyone, I'm doing my announcement video first because my laptop camera is going a bit funny on me today, and forgive if I look a bit tired because I've just got in from the first day of the Cheltenham Literature Festival. I've had a really great day learning about suffragettes and mazes and labyrinths and such. And I have bought some books, and I have a couple of other books that I bought over the past week. Hang on, let me just grab them. Well, hey, there they are. I went in stupidly and put them on the floor a bit away from me, but I've got them now. I'm under that. So obviously the next book I'm going to be reading, because I'm reading the complete works of Jane Austen, is going to be the next one in this book. It's in published order, so therefore the next book I'm going to be reading is Pride and Prejudice. I'm really looking forward to reading it. As I said in well, I should say, as I'm going to say, because I'm filming this first, in my review video, I've had a bit of a struggle reading Sensibility, but if you watch my review video, I think it'll be explained there. But I'm really in a real want state of mind now to read Pride and Prejudice. I'll try and get as much read this week, next week should I say, because it's Friday today, as much as I can, but because the festival's on, it might be just a little bit longer for me to get the review to you of Pride and Prejudice, but yeah, that's what's coming up next. Now, for books that I have bought recently, I've got five. Three of them I bought at the festival today, and the other two I bought over the last week or two. So the first one is Lucy Worsley's new book about Queen Victoria. Lucy Worsley, as you may know, is one of my favourite historians. She's absolutely fantastic. I really love her books like the Jane Austen one and such, where she focuses on individual people, and this is about 24 days in Victoria's life and analysing her letters and her diary, and things that she did to understand the woman behind the iconic image. And yeah, I love Lucy. I think she's absolutely fantastic writer, fantastic historian, and I've met her a few times, and she's a really lovely, lovely lady. So that's going into my non-fiction jar. And into the fiction jar, because over the last weekend I was in Oxford at a wedding with my family, which was wonderful. I've never been to Oxford before. It's only like an hour away from where I live, and I'm kicking myself for never having gone before. It's absolutely beautiful place. But while we were there, I went into their Waterstones, which is stunning. It's 3 stories, and there's all these nooks and crannies where you can sit down and think, oh, it's beautiful. But in there, they had a copy of The Princess Bride, and I happen to have like nearly £9 worth of points on my Waterstones card, and this was £8.99, and I ended up paying, it was something like 70p or something, the difference between what was on my card and what it was. So I got this for like 70p brand new, and I've never read it, but I love the film The Princess Bride, so I thought, what the heck, well, it's there, I'll get it. So that's going to go into fiction. And the books that I bought today at the Literature Festival, I'm really excited to read. Oh, one of them's got a sticker on the front. Let's peel that off. There we go. So yeah, I'm really excited to read these. I've actually got sessions about these various women that I'm going to later on in the festival, and the first 2 are books on Mary Shelley. So the first one is by Fiona Sampson. This came out last year. This was everywhere at the Cheltenham Literature Festival last year in hardback, and now it's everywhere in paperback. And I remember I kept on picking it up and putting it down, but I never got around to buying it. And then it was just that thing that after the festival was over, I never really saw a copy in Waterstones and that where I live, so it just kind of passed me by. And then because I'm going to a couple of events about Mary Shelley and Frankenstein and everything this year, there was this whole shelf that was just dedicated to Mary Shelley, and right slap bang in the middle was In Search for Mary Shelley by Fiona Sampson, so I couldn't resist. I had to buy this and read her take on Mary Shelley. Daisy Hay's book, oh gosh, the title's gone completely out of my head, but Daisy Hay wrote this really wonderful book uh, uh, about the weekend away when Frankenstein was written, and Byron, and Percy Shelley, all that jazz, and her depiction of Mary Shelley, and that was really beautiful. So I'm really intrigued to see how Fiona takes on Mary Shelley, and another person's take on Mary Shelley as well, Miranda Seymour. She is heading up a kind of discussion about Mary Shelley, and I think she's also involved in the one about Frankenstein that I'm going to later on the week as well. And it's a big book. It's this is a biography that I have once or twice seen on bookshelves again in Waterstones where I live, and I'm always, when I've seen it, I've been really quite intrigued with it. And this is yeah, as I said, because it's massive. This is the thickest biography on Mary Shelley that I personally have seen. So I think it's fair to say, it's quite hefty, that it's in depth. And so having such an in-depth look of a portrait of this amazing woman, I think it's going to be so interesting. And I've heard Miranda speak before about her and such on, like radio and stuff like that, I mean, videos on YouTube and that. So I'm quite intrigued to hear what Miranda talks about Mary Shelley in the sessions in the week. And they have Miranda's new book also about Byron's wife and daughter, who he kind of abandoned because they were together, everything was fine, the marriage was going fine, pretty much straight away she got pregnant, and as soon as the baby's born, Byron's off. And not long after he died, and because he was only 36 when he died, and he told he told Annabella, the wife, that please, under no circumstances, allow our daughter to grow up as a poet. I was like, well, that's what you wish for, that's not what you're going to get. And it's all about these two women and their amazing lives. And of course, everyone, when you think of Byron, the poet, the drinker, all of his gluttony and stuff like that, and how he wasn't a very nice guy. And I think it's very interesting having a book that looks at him from a woman's perspective, and who better than through the eyes of the women who were most prominent in his life. So I'm really, really excited to read Miranda's book on the Byrons. So yeah, so these three that I bought today are going to go into non-fiction, as is the Queen Victoria book by Lucy Worsley, and in the fiction jar goes in The Princess Bride. So I will add them to the jars ASAP, and yeah, I will be back with my thoughts of Pride and Prejudice as soon as I've finished reading it. Alright guys, bye!